to my first podcast episode. I don't know what it's gonna be called. I don't know. I'm just trying something different because I love to talk. I am a certified yapper for sure. So I decided to put it to use. You know. So on this first episode, I wrote down some notes about the topic that I want to talk about today. And this topic is very close to my heart and very personal because I have a hard time with this topic as well. So we're going to talk about it because I am growing and I am getting better with this topic. So this topic is, the first topic that we're going to be talking about is controlling your emotions. Whew. Let me really sip to that. Hold on. Okay, control your emotions. So I wrote out some points on why you should control your emotions and how you can control your emotions. So we're going to start off with why. Why should you control your emotions? Okay, why? First and foremost, you gotta ask yourself, how am I going to feel after I crash out? Like, sometimes we do things out of emotions, especially females. Do things out of emotions, and once it's over with, like once you did it, you can't take it back, and you just be like, dang, I probably overreacted, or I don't feel good. Like, doing that didn't make me feel better. That takes me to my point of emotions are temporary. Like, you're not going to feel this way tomorrow. Like, you crash out, you mad in that moment, you feel like, oh, they did this to me, I'm finna do what I gotta do, I'm finna crash out. But the next day, you might not feel the same way. You might, I don't know, you might think about it and be like, dang, I shouldn't have did that, or I wasn't even that mad to do that. So just remember that emotions are temporary. You're not going to feel this way forever. You know, and some things when you crash out, your consequences can be forever. Okay, another point is, once you crash out, once you do something out of emotions, now you're the one that's in the wrong. Now all the blame is flipped on you. Now you the bad guy. Like, just don't give people the chance to flip the blame on you, to flip what's going on you, because at that point you can't be like, oh, I did this because you did that. Two wrongs don't make a right. you know. So, yeah. Just think about that. Because I remember one time I was in this situation. So, I was in this situation and I crashed out. Like, I never felt this way in my life. Like, I had so much rage inside of me that I wasn't even thinking logically in the consequences or how am I gonna feel after I crashed out. I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about nothing but getting my get back. So I crashed out, and right after I crashed out, I still felt the same. I still was mad. Like, it didn't take away the pain or the hurt or the feeling of betrayal that I felt. I still felt just angry. If anything, I felt more anger at myself for letting that person take me out of my character, because I know I'm not this type of person. I know I don't do spiteful things to people. So if anything, I was just upset that I let this person make me somebody that I wasn't, you know. So kind of regret it. I regret it because I am not that person. That wasn't me. So I do kind of regret it for crashing out because it wasn't worth it. And at that point, now that person flipped the blame on me. Now I'm the bad guy. Now I am this horrible person that did some messed up stuff, you know. So that is another reason why crashing out and controlling your emotions, not crashing out and controlling your emotions, is very important in life. So my next point is, not crashing out really gives you, like, it gives you more respect. Like, people respect you more when you people respect you more when you stay calm in certain situations, especially situations where they expect you to crash out, or most people crash out. Like, here's the situation where it wasn't really a situation, but well, it was a situation. So I was, not was, let me see. So this was like a year ago. I was with this man and his car got towed, right? And he was bad. He was bad, but he didn't crash out. Like, he kept his cool. And this when we first started talking. So just imagine if you with this girl, right, that you like, and y'all just start talking, y'all still in like the honeymoon phase, right? And you crash out. That's just like how are you going to react to something that I do, or like that you don't like and that makes you uncomfortable? So with him staying calm in that situation where his car got towed, and it was kind of valid for him to crash out, because I mean, his car was gone. But he stayed calm, and that really it allowed me to gain more respect for him. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. When you don't crash out in high intense situations, people gain more respect for you because you're just, I don't know, I just feel like you're a different type of breed when you stay calm in high intense situations, because it's very hard to remain calm and remain yourself in situations where most people crash out. Like, so I think you're more respectable when you don't crash out. So the next point is you don't crash out, when you know how to control your emotions, you get better outcomes as if when you're crashing out. Like, you're able to think more rationally, and you're able to solve the problem better. For example, the situation I was just talking about, this magi, it was on a Sunday, so crashing out wouldn't have made any. It was on a Sunday, and it was like, it was late in the day. It was like 3, 4. Mind you, the toll place closed early, especially on Sunday. So if he would have crashed out, that would have took up time. I would have took up time. I would have took up time that he could have been getting his car, you know. And once you done if he would have crashed out, once he done crashing out, it would have been too late to go get that car. You know, he would remain calm, and we went to go get that car. No late fee, no double charge because the car stayed overnight. No. So yeah, when you stay calm and think, what can I do to make this situation work in my favor? What can I do to solve the problem? That's another point. Another point is that once you crash out, you're now, once you crash out, you don't have no power over the situation. Like, you're powerless once you crash out, especially when it comes to relationships, platonic or romantic. Once you crash out, like, you're powerless. Like, you allowing this person to make you a person that you're not. Like, you basically, at that point, you are a puppet. Like, this person is like making you do something. Like, this person is controlling how you act, you know. So yeah, don't crash out. Okay, so now we are getting into the how can you prevent from crashing out? Great question. Glad you asked. Got a couple of points. My first point is surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with people that's not going to make you crash out. Like, if you around, I mean, I'm not saying surround yourself around yes men's or people that's gonna always agree with you. No, you can surround yourself with people that's going to challenge you, but don't surround yourself around people that's going to take you out your character, that's going to make you, that's going to make you rethink who you are as a person, like entirely. Not in a good way, but in a way that you shouldn't be thinking, like, you know. So surround yourself around people that's positive and that thinks the way you think and better, you know. Because if you surround yourself around people that's like, that does spiteful things, that's selfish, that does things that's gonna make you crash out, you're gonna crash out every time. So yeah, do that. Okay. So the next how is recognize this, y'all. This is the, so y'all, I don't know, y'all already don't know, but I'm in school for psychology, and that the classes I've been taking really be making me reflect on myself and reflect on how I handle every situation in my life. So in class, we talked about different ways how you should react to situations. So, for example, so this point, the point I'm trying to get to is recognize your feelings, recognize how you feel in the moment. That's how you're going to be able to not crash out. So when I was in class, my teacher, my professor, he gave us three things on how you handle situations. So the three things were basically, he asked us like how you deal with the situations. Do you feel, think, or act first? Like what, like how, I don't really know how to explain it. Like what order, what is the order you take when you were put in a situation? Do you think first? Do you act second? Or do you feel? Or do you like how do you do it? Me, at the time when we was learning this situation, we was learning this topic, we was talking about this topic, I said that what did I say? I say that I feel, act, and then think. I know it's not a good thing. It's not good at all to act before you think. So I knew that the way that I handle certain situations was wrong, because I'm just emotional and I just go off how I feel. But that's not right at all. So he gave in a perfect example on how you should handle situations. So he said that you should think first, feel how you feel, and then act. And I really was like, it's so true. Like, you can't really, you're acting when you act before you think. You do things that is irrational. Like, you do things that's going to get you in trouble or just get you in places that you don't want to be. Like, sometimes you cannot, sometimes your heart or your feelings can get you in places or situations where it is just not in a good interest for you, you know. So you should definitely always think, feel, and act before you, like, when you're dealing with situations. So I want to know how y'all deal. So in the comments, I want to know, y'all tell me how y'all deal with situations. Do y'all feel, act, think, act, feel, or act, think, feel? What do y'all do? Because I feel, act, think. No, that ain't right. I know you're not supposed to do that, but that's just how I do it. And I'm trying to change, and I've really been changing a little bit. Because I used to be a crash out. Like, what? I was the queen of crashing out. Now, I just let situations be what it's gonna be. I just let situations play out. Let people be who they are, and not change myself because of somebody. So yeah, y'all let me know how y'all deal with situations. Y'all, I'm kind of tipsy. Okay, so let's get to the next point of how you can control your emotions. I don't know if y'all really heard the last point of how, but basically it is just recognizing your emotions. Once you recognize how you feel, then it can prevent you from crashing out. Because sometimes you don't even, when you crash out for like, sometimes you don't even really be caring for real. Like, I know it sounds funny, but it's like, you gotta ask yourself, like, do I really care about this? Like, is it really that serious? Like, I don't know, cause sometimes I be crashing out. It's just be like, I didn't even care. I don't even care that much. Like I don't even care that much for me to be taken out of character. I don't know. I don't even be caring that much about the situation for me to be crashing out. Okay, the next point is be mindful. Be mindful of the consequences that can happen after you crash out. Because now, what? You finna be looked at as this crazy person, as this person that that's just crazy, that's just react so bad in situations. So be mindful of how you react in situations, because it really shows the type of person you are. The next point is identify your triggers. Like, people be dating people or being friends with people that triggers them, you know.